What's going on? What's going on? It's your favorite trans girl here on YouTube, Miley Carter. This video is going to be another segment of Ask Miley. So I have here in my comments, which is very rare, a very long comment that someone made on my page. So please bear with me as I read comment because it's very long. Okay, so are you guys ready? I have to ask your opinion on my dating life. Okay, don't judge. My boyfriend and I have been together since this January, and yes, we met on Facebook. When I met him, he and I talked all about our past. Okay, y'all, in these fucking tight. He and I talked all about our past, and it was refreshing to hear that a man had been hurt the same way I had. I had just broken up with a guy I had been with for 12 years, 7 months before I began my relationship with my boyfriend. So we got close and I fell in love with him and he fell in love with me. So as our relationship progressed, I ended up scrolling on his timeline and found out about a girl who was saying she was with him. He said the girl was crazy and she was just his ex-girlfriend, but still act like she was in love with him. I didn't buy into it for a while, until one night he told me why they broke up, and I found out she's a cold-hearted evil bitch who tore him down every chance she could until he wanted to commit suicide. That is so not okay. So I encouraged him to move out with her, move from the state they were in to mine. He and her share an apartment still because rent is high where they were living. Anyway, about 2 weeks after he left me, she ended up texting me because her crazy ass went through his phone bill and got my number and texted me a bunch of bullshit, including a marriage certificate. Now me being the real woman in his life, I asked was it real. At first he said it was fake and they were not married, but I looked on her Facebook page and I found out they were actually married. I told him that since they are in 2 different states, that they are legally separated. So I was willing to overlook this already broken marriage. Well, about 3 months after this, I found out he's not only fucking with other females in our town, but he's still texting and calling his wife. He's even on Facebook talking to bitches. So I confront him, and he didn't even speak on other bitches. He didn't even speak on the other bitches, but he had the audacity to say to me in my own house that I have no right to tell him he can't talk to his wife. So shit keeps going on, as well as him talking to other bitches on Facebook, liking bitches' pictures, and I found his wife's name in the search history on Facebook and Instagram. She's stupid as fuck too. She all on Facebook still claiming his last name and praying for my man to come back to her. Her dumb ass posting memes and shit. Why don't she sit her delusional ass down? LOL. She even so desperate that she even be sending my man nudes and pictures of herself doing her dumb ass regular everyday shit. She's so pathetic. So I sent her a message on Facebook the other day telling her that she needs to know her place, and also let her know that I don't tolerate side bitches. She replied and she tried to turn up to comfort me about the fact that they are not divorced. It's only been 7 months. I'm not gonna press my man for her. Then she tried to say all she was to ask him to up and get what? Then she tried to say all she was to ask to get up and get a job the entire 7 years they were together and help her out because allegedly she was the only one working and taking care of everything. I know, right, what kind of dumb bitch lets a man sit on his ass for 7 years. Hello. LOL. She a lie. And he only left for me because I was weak enough to let him sit on his ass all day. I cussed her out and blocked her. So after I thought about it, my man has been having a little bad luck with getting and maintaining a job for about the last 5 months. I have been paying all the rent and paying his phone bill, taking care of his bills when we go out to eat. Last month we went out of town. I paid for it with all expense. I made sure I treated my man right. So while we were on vacation, he told me about her and I laughed at her. He told me how broke she really is and how she was never there for him in his dream. I felt honored to be his woman. So when I asked about him divorcing her, he said she keeps refusing. How dare she? I asked him also about the monograms. What? The monogamous we were. I don't know what that's supposed to say, but he said we can't get serious for real until she agrees to the divorce. Should I just fly to her city, kick her fucking ass? I'll also send you a picture of her big head ass. She thinks she bad because she keep her body in shape, but so what? She shouldn't make her husband happy. She couldn't make her husband happy. She still left her and fell in love with me. Oh, he still left her and fell in love with me. She be reaching too. She sent me some texts between her and him where he allegedly said to her he's still in love and how he misses her and that he's tired of me. She even fixed them to make him look like he sent her a mean text of him making fun of my cooking. And him saying I thought just because I sucked his dick and cooked for him, I think that's what's going to keep him. I fell out laughing. He loves my food and my sex. He says it all the time. She is going too far and I'm tired of her lies on my man. Should I send her the pics of me and my man together so she can finally get a clue and agree to a divorce so me and my man can live our happy lives? We're ready to move on. How do I make her agree to the divorce? No, they don't have kids. They don't share shit except their last name by default. She even lies and says she lost the baby by him because she was so stressed out after he left her. So, give another real bitch some advice. Should I whip her ass or just move on with our lives and ignore this dumb bitch? My friend said I'm bringing fucked up karma in my life because no matter what, he's still married and that's his wife. Might not be all, his wife might not be altogether lying. My friend seems to think that my man is only there because his ex-wife might not have all of her shit together. And when his ex-wife, does hit any kind of come up, my man will leave me and go back to her. I feel like my friend is just jealous of our relationship, so should I whip his ex-wife's ass? Thanks. So personally, I feel like your friend is just being there for you, sincerely as a friend. And I personally feel like you should listen to your friend because I feel like I'm getting the same like connection as your friend is getting. Whereas your man might not really truly be your man. Especially if you feel like y'all can't get serious. Maybe you're the side bitch and he's still fucking with his wife. Maybe they're just going through a breakup, because if they was together for 7 years, you can't completely just cut off 7 years of being with someone and think it's just gonna be over just like that. That's even like being a year of dating someone. You can't just think, 5 to 7 months later, you end up dating somebody and you think because y'all been together for 5 months or 7 months that he's going to be securely with you, especially if he's still married. Now, the fact that he moved away, I do personally feel like maybe he does want to get away from her. Maybe he does feel like she really is not the one for him. I definitely feel like you personally need to look more into that, not asking him any questions, but maybe you should sincerely talk to the wife, and you need to snoop first. Do your snooping first. You and your friend need to do that snooping first, and then talk to his wife, and then I personally feel like you need to talk to him as well. And just let the wife know, like, don't be aggressive about it, because she's really not gonna sign the divorce papers then. But it's hard for a woman. It's hard for a woman to just openly get over a marriage of 7 years. Very, very hard. You have to think about it. If they was together in a marriage for 7 years, just think about how long they was together, period. be prior to the marriage. I do wish you personally the best of luck in your situation. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, but I don't think you should fight her. I think you should be a grown-ass woman about it and stand up to her, like stand up to your man and her like a grown-ass woman. Own up. He needs to own up to anything. You need to sit down with him and have a serious adult conversation and say, look, what is really the tea? What's really going on? Are you truly sending this girl text messages? What's really going on? But at the same time, if she's really psycho like he said he is, I'm pretty sure that she is making up false text messages and things. Thank you so much for a very, very long, illustrated, and well thought out situation. If anybody else needs help in that situation, please email me at mileycarterrspeaks@gmail.com. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on all social media at Miley Carter. I love you guys.